Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Full Force Live News Burst special, brought to you by General Shows REBORN.com, with me, Christopher McLeod AKA Diagnostic 80, with a bit of a scraggly beard. I need to get this sorted out. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Lots to talk about today. Crazy pants. First of all, happy Valentine's Day for those that care. Also, it's mine and Kate's anniversary today. 7 years, still going strong. Anyway, love to my wonderful wife, Kate, and little Phoebes as well, who's part of that team, that fam. But yeah, so we've been celebrating our anniversary. Got a really nice. This is a red velvet shake from Plants. It's amazing, unbelievable. Anyway, I'll be drinking this on and off, every now and again. But anyway, lots of Joe news today has cropped up. Darren, who's made the start of a live stream for a change. Well done. Hello, Jeff Russell. Hello, Death Valley Machine. Hello, Chris Clements. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you very much. And Darren as well for saying happy anniversary. Hello, Paul. Hello, Paul. Lots of different Pauls. Galliano and Morales. Hello, guys. Thank you very much for the shouts. Happy 7th. Yeah, crazy, isn't it? Amazing how time flies when, you just want to enjoy yourself and it's just gone like that. Anyway, let's get into the G.I. Joe news today. There's been lots of it. You'll see what I'm starting with in a second, but we might as well get stuck in to that interesting Doc Prepro news. Felt like there was going to be a little bit of a video there, but like it's a weekly or something. No, this is like a mid-weekly, basically. Oh, Kickley's in the chat. Hello, Kickley. Happy Valentine's to you as well, and thank you very much for the anniversary shout as well. I appreciate it. And also, we'll be talking about your work on the weekly. So I'm not talking about it today, but you have posted another absolute banger, Kickley, and I love it. But we'll be talking about that on the weekly on Friday/Saturday, depending on what the week looks like for me. I don't know if it's going to be Saturday again. We'll have to see. Anyway, hello, Ben. Hello, Ed. Hello, Ray Murphy in the shouts as well, and Figure Six Pack. Hello, guys. So yes, we have got quite a lot to talk about today. We've got, like I said, we've got pre-production stuff, which we'll talk about first. We've got comics news, which would be a comics news burst, but it's when you're talking about multiple things, it's almost impossible to, to get the theme right. Do you know what I mean? And then Scott Johnson's Tripwire art as well. I want to kind of get into a little bit as well. So then, let's start with the big news of the day, and that was that Nathan, let me get the name correct, Nathan Camazel, I believe it's pronounced, probably not, but apologies, Nathan K, posted, as it says on the watermark there, posted these pre-pro pieces for Doc today, or at least somebody got hold of them, and they made their way to us, so we posted it, of course. We have obviously the helmet in different kind of test shots, almost different plastic, looking different color plastic, at least red, tan, and almost like an off-white, basically creamy white. And then you've got Doc's head in a gray, that he's at what you'd expect more or less the skin tone to look like in the brown, and of course that my flesh tone, which doesn't make any sense, does it? And also removable glasses, which is kind of cool as well. And also looks like the strap on the helmet kind of comes away, doesn't it? Like it goes up into the helmet a little bit, but we'll see if that actually happens. It might just be that it gets glued in there. And that is usually the case with a lot of these, because I mean, we've seen some of the helmets, haven't we? Some of them have a strap that dangles down. Some of them now, like tripwires, the strap is always there. The chin strap's always there. And it's just a little bit squidgy, so it kind of like locks around the chin still. Not 100% sure how that's going to vibe on this Doc figure yet, until we obviously start seeing it in actual hand. But as far as the poster, Nathan goes, he did say that these are all Doc heads as well. I know your Doc heads. I know that someone did say, is that the someone asked me if that was the Action Sailor on the far left. And I don't believe, I think that as far as we know from the actual person that owns these, they're all Doc heads, your Doc heads. Andrew Franks, hello, bud. Yeah, looks like the chin strap glue ops into the helmet. Yeah, that was my expectation, and I'm sure that is the case. But it's always, interesting at this stage, isn't it, to see what goes on. But you can almost see on the white one that there's like a piece that would lock into a space inside and glue in. So yeah, I agree with you on that one, Andrew, 100%. Glasses are removable, Rachel. Yes, that is correct. I believe that was actually stated on the render. I think they would when he talked about what he comes with in his gear. I'm pretty sure removable glasses was on there. So yeah, we know that now. I get not officially because this is unofficial as heck, but you can kind of see from a physical point of view there that they are probably removable. And also the head sculpt looks really good for Doc as well. I'm really excited to see it all decoed up. I like the fact that on the render you can almost see like little grey bits on his hair on the side. I know that feeling. You've got a few greys in the old beard here as well, which you'll probably see on the close up later. Keep an eye out for those. If you can spot them, you don't get a prize. As well as these pieces, the 3 heads and the 3 helmets and the 1 pair of shades, it would seem. I hope he's been to the Ripper School of Glasses, not Buzzer, Leon. Yeah, we're all hoping that, I think. Hello, Mr. Popinski. Hello, Super Cyan as well. Modern military combat helmets, hell yeah. They look really cool, these helmets, I must admit. And I've liked how they've been utilized so far with Grunt, with, I would even say Tripwire to a degree, even though it's sort of like his classic helmet. But no, there's been others. Roadblock, of course. Heavy Artillery Roadblock was the first time we saw that kind of helmet as well, wasn't it? We're going to see it on the Tiger Force version 2, and there's others. I always look over to look at the figures to see which ones have got it, and then I forget that 1, I don't have all of the figures yet, and 2, most of them are hidden and I can't actually see them around corners. So yeah, Wolf Spider. Thank you, Scott. Yeah, Wolf Spider's another one. Red Velvet Shake, amazing. Right, Breaker. Yes, Leon, you're 100% right, and Clutch as well. Let's throw another one in there, considering we're just throwing names out with helmets. But yeah, Clutch, Breaker, Wolf Spider, all of those bad boys. The white helmet could be used for a classified med alert. I like your thinking, Rachel. You always do that. You always drop an absolute deep cut, and I love it. Yeah, med alert's that one that has just always snuck under the radar. And I must admit, you remember when remember when COVID kicked off, when we were into like it was like the first week of the pandemic, and we didn't realize how like like crazy it was going to be. I posted a thing. It was like lockdown sort of vibes on the page that like highlighted all of the GI Joe Med team, and Med Alert was in that like little lineup. You can go and check it out on the Facebook page. I think I posted it on ages ago. Obviously, it was ages ago. It was like 2020, but that was freaking 4 years ago. Honestly, what have I done in 4 years? It's just crazy, isn't it? Anyway, Darren says, "Lol. When I submit the research, I always send the modern gear. That's amazing." Yes, Darren. Of course, you're aware you're a little bit of a cheeky freelancer in that sense, aren't you? That's awesome, man. And yeah, glad that you're kind of squeezing in some of these modern military vibes as well. The helmets are wicked, so I'm really into these. Doc comes with yellow Crocs. Docs in Crocs. I hope not. Although you do see a lot of Crocs in hospitals, Crocspitals. So it wouldn't be that. Yeah, I could see it happening, Diana, on like a version 2 of Doc in a couple of years' time. Anywho, we also got this from Nathan. Kind of like it's like the fleshy tone one. Sorry, my flesh tone. Sorry, that's of course. But I think it's the second one along basically, but also with the what do you call it, flare and the taser, which is quite cool. Give him a smock too. Yes, Scott. I want if Doc's going to have to be operating and all that kind of stuff, I want to see a gown that doesn't quite do up on the back properly, so you get all the Joes with the bum sticking out. I hope Doc is soon, says Tags. Well, he's probably going to be on the 29th. If if you take everything into consideration, we'll probably be pre-ordering him, Jinx, Night Creeper and Torch on the 29th. Let's face it, it's probably going to it's going to be sooner rather than later, I'd imagine. Robert says another full force morning. Certainly is, depending on where you are in the globe, on the globe or whatever. So yeah, so we get a little kind of pre-pro of the two little kind of weapons. You go weapons, not really. One's sort of a weapon, and one is like just firing. Yeah, it just calls people to help you. It's effectively the old-fashioned phone, the flare gun. He should have a scalpel with his accessories. I think that there was a talk of him having a med kit in the write-up, a full med kit, and I wonder if that's something that they're going to have to do. Yeah. SMS has to be the 29th. Yeah, I'd imagine so as well, Scott. My like I did like a preview basically on the last weekly, and I was kind of my kind of idea is going to be the 4-figure wave, aka Doc, Jinx, Night Creeper, Torch. I think the SMS is in there, and I think the yes, it is a Taser figure 6-pack, and I think maybe Norgahide might be thrown in there too. I think that might be like your pre-orders. As for Tripwire and Roadblock, I think that'll be kind of almost saved a little bit for Target to release like a March geek out, not full geek out, just a geek out. So we'll see. We'll see how it rolls. Man, I would love a stretcher, as in the figure or the fact that he does actually come with a stretcher. The med team isn't complete without Stretcher in his goofy ass vehicle. So yeah, Leon, you must be talking about. You guys must be talking about Stretcher, the figure. And yeah, how cool would he be? Absolutely, another hench dude as well, like huge dude. And I really like that figure. I was really into it. The only thing was I thought that kind of semi vehicle thing he came with was just a little bit quirky and probably not going to help. It was supposed to help like carry people off the the battlefield, but who's he going to fit on that? Like, it was weird. I don't know, but I loved it, and I still really enjoyed the fact he came with an extra massive thing. But the figure itself is a proper like under the radar sort of banger. I really do like the thought of Stretcher too, and maybe getting him in the Classified series. Red Velvet. I can't wait to see the gloved hands. I'm really hoping for the green teal latex gloves, says Darren. Oh, that'd be so fun. Absolutely. Maybe they can do a figure of me in the future, and I could have some washing up gloves, like kind of yellow latex ones. We won't see the TFs for a while. Tiger Force, yeah, I don't think so, Scott. But I think the other ones I think are all fair game. I could see them all getting revealed and going up for pre-order. If we're getting Doc, we need a Saw Viper. Oh, too soon, Rachel. But yes, kind of. I think the Saw Viper's got to be there. There are so many Cobra figures still to do, right? You've got Saw, Heat, Laser, Rock, Paper, Scissors, Stone. Just kidding. But you've got loads of different like Vipers. You've got loads of different characters still. I mean, there are so many still to come. And I know Cesspool always gets a shout out. So yeah. Who would get carried off the battlefield? This is G.I. Joe. That's a good point, Tags. That is a very good point. Everyone getting parachutes, no matter what the situation. But yeah, I think Saw Viper would be up there. And it's just a bit dark that we're talking about the Saw Viper whilst talking about Doc. And it just always gives me like, I don't know, just gives me the feels in the bad way. So many like of my favorite like figures got wiped out in that storyline. That whole period of time where they just seem to be like, yeah, let's just knock everyone out. Let's just take everyone off and kill them all. Like Cool Breeze got 30 seconds of time. Sneak Peek had to go not long afterwards, or maybe even during. All of that whole Doc Quick Kick. Well, I know Quick Kick was a little bit later in the story, like very little, like not a couple issue later, with like all those guys as well, with the Battle Force 2, most of the Battle Force 2000, not all of them. And oh my goodness, Crankcase. Who else was in that lineup? Steeler, Thunder. I can't remember who else. Mangler. Yeah, he went. Crazy Legs. Oh man, I can't believe I forgot about Crazy Legs. Anyway, Hello. How soon will we see his daughter? I wonder. His niece, Eduardo. Carla is Doc's niece, not his daughter. But how long? How soon? I think it would be fairly soon, just based on the fact that that she's a pretty solid female character, and also she's her own character in her own right. It's not like it was one of those things where they reintroduced her. Well, they kind of did initially. I think she was Doc, sort of in a different, in a different universe almost, but she was eventually almost like retconned into being a different character, which was kind of cool, especially in the figures. Um, I own that comic. It's the best one. It's really depressing, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm still waiting for Lamprey, Strato Viper, Robert. They're both solid shouts. Thunder, Quick Kick, Heavy Metal, Ray. Yeah, Heavy Metal was the other one I was thinking of. Yeah, Cool Breeze and DJ. I know. Scalpel and Medi Vipers. I mean, that's a good shout. We've got like, I suppose they might count like Doctor Mindbender because he's a doctor, but yeah, I think, yeah, Scalpel and the Medi Vipers would be a really good foil for Doc, Lifeline, Stretcher, all those guys. If we end up getting all of them. Damn, it was his niece. Yeah, it was Edward. Check out the file cards. It'll give you the lowdown on that. But yeah, I think initially, like, I think was it like Reloaded or one of those kind of issues where we first saw a female Doc, but it wasn't something they really delved into, and then later on they created Carla Greer, who was the niece of Doc, and yeah, so on and so forth. Medical bats as well. Have you Detective Dirty? Do you have any of those really cool? Like, honestly, I don't say the term bootleg, but they basically are the bootleg bats with the medical kind of scalpel decos and stuff. I have a few of those. They're amazing. Um, Leon says, was bummed the ninjas took down the Saw Viper. It was getting a bit Snake Eyes and his amazing friends by then. Yeah, but it's funny because I missed a lot of this. I missed a lot of this because we didn't. It was hard getting the GI Joe comics in the UK. I didn't really even think about it a lot of the time because we had Action Force comics for so long. Then it stopped, and then it was a matter of like trying to find GI Joe comics after that. 2007 Joe-Con set Tanks for the Memories. Yes, Darren, it was. That was Carla Greer, wasn't it? Doc, Quick Kick, Crazy Legs, Thunder, Crankcase, Heavy Metal, and Thunder all died in 109. Cool Breeze in 112. Sneak Peek and Battle Force 2000 in 113. Yeah. Thank you, Ryan, for the exact specifications of who died when in what issue. Was it Black Major, Red Laser that did those Detective? I can't remember which one. I might have been I think it was a Black Major job. The Medi Bats, but they're really cool. I got a bunch of them. They're really awesome, actually. I quite like some of those bat repaints, including, I think it was Red Laser actually that I'd got a lot of bat I think it might be Red Laser, sorry, because I definitely remember getting a ton of Red Shadow bats. They were really cool. Breaker bought it too. Did he? Was he in that group? I can't remember. I feel really bad for forgetting about Breaker, like forgetting about Dre. Yeah, people are saying Breaker got wasted too. Damn. Anyway, Medibats have no bedside manner. True, Rachel. In Valor versus Venom, they got a different Doc. In Valor versus Venom, it was Talbot, Dr. Link Talbot, and he was a veterinarian. I mean, a doctor, yeah, but like a veterinarian doctor. Saw Viper, Breaker bought it to, yeah, let's break, yeah, 109. Oh, you said Thunder twice when you were writing them. You did, right? I've just noticed. Yeah, you did say Thunder twice. So good. They named him twice. The Saw Viper that killed them became Overkill, didn't he? Is that? Do you know what? I think I missed that, Darren. I think I missed that whole angle. Like, did they RoboCop him? Because I know Overkill was effectively like Cyborg basically, but I didn't realize that. I think I missed that completely. Anyway, brilliant side story if that is true. Yeah, there's a shocker of an issue, Paul, indeed. Maybe the medical bag is a reuse of Tunnel Rat bag. Yeah, so maybe it's got nothing in it, possibly. It's just a bag. We'll see, actually. I wonder if we'll see Beardless Breaker with gum. Yes, Eduardo, that'd be kind of cool, actually. A beardless breaker would be kind of cool just for the RAM art as well, wouldn't it? Anyway, anywho, oh, was it in Devil's Due that he became that happened, Diana? Interesting as well. Cool. Anyway, right. That's Doc. That's your pre-pro bits and bobs. A nice little kind of like pre, little, what's the word? Like a pre. You're seeing it before you see it, basically. There you go. Lovely stuff. Next up, then, and we've got some comics news. And of course, we're not doing the whole. Again, I should be doing this in the comics burst, but I'm lazy and I'd rather do one big news burst. I'll do a video for the weekly, maybe. But yeah, G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, subsequent printing variant covers, because 301, 302, and 303 have sold through, which is brilliant, right? So they're getting reprints. And with those reprints, we're getting a slight we're getting very good variant covers. The reason I'm talking about this is because I love these covers so much. Now, the first one for Real American Hero 301 is the third printing cover A by Eduardo Pansica. So that means there's going to be more covers for this. That's interesting. If there's going to be even more covers coming out for these reprints, which is again great for your variant hunters. But Eduardo Pansica, not Panzica, to be confused with Lenny. It's not Lenny's brother or anything. Julio Ferreira and Adriano Lucas featuring Cobra Commander, and it says his tank, but of course we all know that's a bit of a maggot. Kitty said, is that the back end of a maggot? Oh, Kitty said. I'll tell you what though, that is a stonking cover. That Cobra Commander looks amazing. For one, I love the kind of like elaborate snake shape on the helmet. I love the cape looks really cool. He's got that kind of Napoleon vibe going on here. You know how they I think it was oh my goodness. Who's the guy that does the awesome artwork for Super 7 reaction card backs? Who's probably going to be doing O-Ring as well. Oh, I feel like an idiot now for forgetting his name. Really good artist. Amazing artist. Please tell me who it was, guys, who does the reaction artwork. Completely, man, me and names do not mix. In any case, if it comes up, great. But it reminds me of that beautiful piece he did on Cobra Commander, like Napoleon, on the horse sort of situation. Amazing stuff, right? This has got that kind of vibe to me, but I love the fact that he's on that cliff. There's some sort of explosion going on in the distance that's kind of lighting up some of the rock. You've got that back end of the maggot in the background, which is a great choice, by the way. What a great choice! Something that we hardly ever see on covers, even interiors, is the maggot, and I just love it. And also, yeah, when do we get that Cobra Commander? Indeed, Scott. Oh, Eduardo knew that isn't a hiss, and I guessed that anyway, Diana. I guessed it was an error in copy, which it was. Copy was a small error during the ad. Yeah, absolutely understand. You don't draw a maggot like that and not know what you're drawing. Like, that is phenomenal. Even if he's used reference, of course, but even the detail he's gone into on that thing, you know what you're drawing, and of course, I'm sure he did. Yes. As long as they don't pack a fugly page puncher with them, says Leon. Well, yeah. I want this. I'd love this Cobra Commander. I mean, we've kind of got so many Cobra Commanders already, though, haven't we? I mean, that Snake Supreme's still a banger. Regal's still a banger. I don't know. Need a Worms figure. Always used him as a named general type character. Yeah, Leon, you could do a Worms officer, which I think is what the club did in the FSS. Because he wasn't coming with a vehicle, they did the figure, I think, as like a Worms officer sort of vibe, and sort of changed the design up a slight touch. So yeah, you could do a Worms kind of officer type, and then hopefully in the future, Jason Edmiston. Thank you, Diana. Apologies to Jason. I always shout him out, and I always say his name when I'm talking about that. And yeah, it was Napoleon Bonaparte picture, wasn't it? And he did again. He does his artwork he's some of my favorite artwork. Honestly, I love Jason's work. I love Oliver Barrett's work. I love Scott Johnson's work, who we're going to be talking about a little bit later on. Of course, I love Adam Rich's work. There's so many artists, and I really do. There's so many like top level on the Joe brand at the moment and in the past, but at the moment there are so many. Kickley, let's shout out Kickley again. There's some amazing GI Joe artwork. But anyway, there's so many great artists at the moment doing work for GI Joe that it's just really we're just really fortunate, and we're spoiled for that kind of stuff. Anyway, so that's 301 a reprint and variant cover, and it's an absolute beauty. And again, I think I love it even more because of that maggot piece, that piece of a maggot in the background. Just, I love that we get this, it's not even a deep cut really, but it sort of is. It's not a deep cut in the sense that, hardly anyone's ever heard of it, but like you don't see it very often. So I'm really appreciative that Eduardo did that. Phenomenal stuff. Anyway, next up we have issue 302, a third printing cover A by Iguara and Francesco Segala, featuring Jinx and the Alley Viper. Now, this is a Jinx and the Alley Viper, and I think this is my favorite of the three covers. I think the Cobra Commander one's like number 2, and the next one's my number 3, but the number 3 is still not that bad, because we're going to talk about that and how much I love that too in a second. But I love the dynamism of this one. I love the angles. I love the way it's just the way it's on the page. I just love it. I think Jinx is looking amazing here. Again, like very much like her kind of OG design, kicking an Alley Viper in the face and knocking his kind of like visor off as well. It's just really cool. Love it. And I really like the kind of background that's going on. The kind of like the fact he's dropping his knife. You can kind of see that falling as well. I love the fact she's got her staff over her shoulder as well as she's kicking him in the face. It's just so dope. And yeah, I love the scratching and the movement and everything. It's just real beautiful. So this is another banger for me. They've done a great job on this one. And it's interesting as well, because we've got Jinx coming as well. And of course, the Alley Viper is quite prominent in the Classified series already. So, brilliant stuff. But this is a real American hero we're talking about. And it's not like they're copying the Classified art, the Classified designs for this series. That's for the Skybound Energon universe, really. But it's cool to see, like, again, these kind of characters on the cover, especially when they're so prominent in the current kind of toy run at the moment. But yeah, awesome stuff. Hello, the real Zim. Scott says she knocked his block off. She actually does. 2 characters rarely on covers. I know, Leon, exactly. Jinx hardly ever gets some cover loving. McClovin, and and the Alley Vipers. Yeah, you don't really see them too often either on a cover. So it's nice we're getting both of those, and that she's kicking him in the face very hard. Anyway, that's awesome. You can also see the little dragon, design on a on her gi as well, which is really cool. I don't know. I'm really into this. I love the fact the hair's out as well. Awesome. Next, G.I. Joe Real American Hero issue 303. Second printing cover A by Jacob Edgar, featuring Duke and Cobra Troopers. Now, this one I really love. It's got like what I love about this one, obviously it's Duke, it's Cobra Troopers, a lot of classic things going on there, of course, and also like a bit of a kind of Captain America motorcycle going on as well. Like it's almost like it's like real throwback, isn't it? If the feeling here is that this is kind of like it's almost like giving you propaganda, like World War II-ish sort of vibes. Do you know what I mean? And like I love the fact that it's got that kind of pop art feel as well. The color's really nice on this one. I love the designs, and it definitely has a specific style. All 3 of them have very specific styles, of course, but I love the fact that they're doing this as well for 3. Is this 303? Yeah, 303 as well, and really cool. Golden Age. Yes, I think that's what I'm getting at, Scott. It's got that kind of Marvel Golden Age vibe, hasn't it? Yeah, I have to agree with that. It's definitely got that sort of feeling to it. So yeah, very, very into all these covers, and more than anything here is the fact that the comics are doing so bloody well at the moment, like selling through runs. Still to this, like up to 3 issues into the new Real American Hero run, and they're having to do reprints of all of those issues. And sometimes, again, we're talking multiple reprints on some issues. You still got like, and the same with the Energon universe. A lot of the Duke and Cobra Commander have sold through. They get in reprints. So it's like it's just great that this is happening, and so exciting that it's still going to this point. Usually it's like issue 1 and then a massive drop off to issue 2. That doesn't seem to have happened yet, and I'm not saying it will. I'm sure it will. I'm not saying it will soon. I feel like this could, just be like, it just feels like a real brilliant, like positive, almost renaissance for GI Joe comics at the moment, and I'm here for it. Genuinely here for it. Leon says there will be an ad inside where Duke is selling war bonds. Big time, big time. That's what I expect. It's almost got a bit of a Johnny Quest sort of thing as well. Like it looks a bit like Reese Bannon on a motorcycle. I need some gold to keep up with the amount of releases. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, war bonds, please and thank you. Cheers. Happy Valentine's Day if you're just joining us, and also happy anniversary to my wonderful wife if you're just joining us as well. Kate and I, 7 years. So just throwing that out there. If you join late, because I did say at the beginning, just a refresh, just refreshing you. Right. Next then, and we are on to Scott Johnson's, continuing with the art theme. And this will bring the episode to a close. And I will get back that, it is it's anniversary time. I should be spending time with Kate at the moment, really, more than anything. So this is only going to be we're only getting a few more minutes to talk about this. But Scott Johnson has posted his beautiful Tripwire classified original art, the pencil and ink on 9x12 Bristol. It's the original drawing for the Tripwire, kind of artwork that you see in that tiny sliver on the front of the box art, which is also on there. He said the action figure is not included, obviously. He doesn't have one. How is that, Scott? I feel like I need to send you a Tripwire. I don't have one myself to send, like a spare one, but I feel like you need a Tripwire figure. He's asking $400 plus $12 shipping in the US, and to be honest, that is very cheap for what this piece of work is. Because if you're into the kind of art collecting scene, even in this kind of level, when you're talking about like toy packaging, that kind of stuff, it's this kind of original artwork stuff doesn't come around very often, and also is usually really, really crazy expensive. And that's actually not a bad price at all, especially if you're like a Tripwire fan, or if you collect Tripwire sort of, related, merch and stuff like that. This is well good. And also, let's face it, it's a beautiful piece of artwork as well. Look at that. It's even more impressive when you see it. Sometimes I think it's more impressive when you see just the inks and the pencils. When you see like you look at some of the detail that you see on that piece is just phenomenal. And then when the color goes on it, sometimes some of those like little sketch details get lost. But obviously in a different way, you're getting detail in a much different way with the color over it, kind of thing. And yeah, it looks phenomenal in both forms. Like you can just about make it out down there, but this is just phenomenal stuff. So massive shout out, first of all, to Scott for just continuing to bang out absolutely sensational artwork for the Classified series, for the brand in general, because a lot of his work was for the website initially. So a lot of those beautiful kind of pieces where you saw like Yakuza Storm Shadow and Duke, and in those kind of early kind of designs and stuff, Scott did a lot of that work. Darren's also put here, Scott did the art for the upcoming Airborne, Quick Kick, Big Boa, and Techno Viper packaging as well. Absolutely. I can't wait to start seeing that come in as well through and seeing people with that, those figures in hand. Want to see that art redone as SAS Blade, says Leon. Actually, that's not a bad idea, is it? I feel like Listen and Fun, the Fun School one has to, Bomb Squad. Listen and Fun, those great. And also we get in Tiger Force, brilliant. I feel like I need a Fun School McLeod and a Listen and Fun McLeod and an SAS McLeod. Even though SAS Blades is a pilot and not a bomb disposal expert, I feel like he does need McLeod needs to be a pilot behind McLeod, but with the pilot helmet on. Anyway, amazing stuff. I think Tormod Skoog was named after a pioneer of cosmetic surgery. Really? Really interesting. I have no clue. I'm gonna have to look in. Dan Kay usually puts a bit of information in as to where the names come from in his books. I'll check it out. And I don't think we'll get an Ultimates McLeod, Diana. I really don't think we'll get an Ultimates McLeod. That would be. I don't know what that would even look. Would they? How would they? I mean, it only exists as a bomb disposal robot. Anyway, amazing stuff from Scott Johnson. We're going to bring it to a close there, but we will transition quickly and do a little Q&A before I leave. Q&A. Okay, what is happening? That's the end. Well, kind of the end of the news bit. So now we'll just, like I said, we'll kind of switch over to any questions you have. Anything you want to talk about quickly before I have to bounce? Yummy. McLeod's mind gets implanted in a bat. That would be kind of cool, Jeremy. Yeah, I could see that. Just goes around recording random news bursts everywhere it goes, interviewing people they don't want to be interviewed, that kind of thing. Doing TikTok videos and yeah, just annoying people in general. So where are you going for your anniversary dinner? Technically, we've already been, Rachel. We got back from work late-ish, and we popped into one of our favorite little joints in Rhode Island, and we picked up some of our favorites kind of takeout. So we've kind of we wolfed it. I wolfed it down when we got in, rushed down to do this, and then I'm going to go back upstairs to to hang out and actually spend some time with my wonderful Kate. The plastic surgery guys toured Skoog. That's interesting. That is interesting. Full course, exactly, Rachel. Darren says, I'm shocked you didn't show Tony's Destro and Baroness Valentine's Day render. What? I didn't even see that. What did he post it on something? I bet, is that an Instagram job? And when you say Tony, do you mean Tony G.I. Joe Tony? Oh, you're sending it to me. Oh, that's cool. Just a joke. Oh, I didn't even know he posted that. That's amazing. That is amazing. I love that. This is just a joke. Happy Valentine's Day. I love it. He's great. When did he oh man, I'm not paying attention today, am I? Thank you, Darren, for sending that to me though. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, I just want to look for that and like it. And yeah, it's there on my friggin' feed and everything. I have failed. The great Tonino is awesome. That really is really cool. I love that. It's kind of fun as well. Like I kind of want that to happen. Is that me? I kind of want that to be a thing. Amazing stuff. For some reason, I can't find Tonino. Where are you, Tony? Where are you? There you are. Oh, that's why. Oh, sorry, Tony. The Full Force page wasn't following you. I was, but the Full Force page wasn't. So that's why I didn't see it. I was looking at a Toy Kind of Moods post for it. That's great. I'm really into this. I'm gonna have to repost that, steal it, and put it out for myself. I would definitely buy that set. I'm sorry. I'm in. I know it's repaints, but you had me at hello. I love the thought of Destro with a different color head, Kitty said. Tripwire is from Minnesota. Absolutely. I wonder if Super 7 will ever make figures of Gung Ho's family from the Bayou. Wouldn't surprise me, Eduardo. I love that episode where it's the Captives of Cobra one, isn't it? when the Baroness gets like kicked out of the place by all of the like his many relatives. They might do. Zartan dressed as Cupid with Serpentor Valentine's Day 2-pack. Amazing. Darren says, pay attention to the Cobra sigil in the background of Tony's post too. Oh, it's a heart shape. That's kind of genius too. Again, you can see it here. If you look in the background, ever so slightly, the Cobra sigil. You're seeing all the reflection more or less there, aren't you? But you can see the Cobra sigil is a heart shape as well, which is really cool. Anyway, you kind of seen it. I'm showing it there. We'll put it on the weekly. We'll talk about it in the weekly, but that's well good. Right then. That's me. That's us. I'm out. I was gonna do Shockwave tonight, but that kind of got derailed by the fact that loads of news came out. So I will see you guys on the next one, which will be probably that opening Shockwave, unboxing him. Maybe, I imagine tomorrow, unless something happens that I have to report on, and then we'll hopefully do that. And of course, we've got the weekly, hopefully on Friday, depending on my availability. And if not, we'll let you know and we'll do it Saturday instead. But yeah, that's it. Stay fresh, cheese bags. And as always, sorry, Zoran, you have missed everything, but you can always watch it back. As always, after 3, 1, 2, 3, full force, and happy Valentine's Day and all that good stuff as well, of course. Bye. That's it for this installment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, full force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on X, formerly Twitter, @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page, facebook.com/TheFullForce. We've also added a brand new Instagram, so check us out there as well, @TheFullForce Podcast, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on any of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce Podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.